Hello, kindergarten friends. Today is Thursday, and we are focusing on living and non living things for kindergarten science. So, for today, we want to focus on non living things. Our focus for today is non living things. So, we want to look at what things are non living and how can we how can we determine if something is non living? Well, let's think. For something to be non living, it has to have these characteristics. It's like the opposite of living things. So let's look at these characteristics. The first one is they don't move. So non-living things, they just don't move. They're stationary until you move them. So they kind of just stay by themselves. Um, Non-living things also, they don't grow. They don't grow like you and me. So they don't get bigger or smaller, they just don't grow. Then we have non-living things, they don't breathe, they don't need air. So that's a big one for non-living things. And then also non-living things don't reproduce or they don't make more of themselves and they don't eat or drink. So this is how we can tell if something is non-living. So now let's get started. Are you ready? All right. So here, what are non-living things? Remember what we said about non-living things. They don't move, they don't grow, they don't breathe, they don't reproduce or make more, and they don't eat or drink. So here are examples of non-living things that don't do any of these things. A cup cannot grow or move. A cup cannot make more of themselves. It doesn't need air. So that would mean a cup is a non-living thing. A fan does not need food or water. A fan does not need air. A fan does not grow or move or get bigger, so a fan would be a non living thing. Again, with the vase also doesn't need air, it doesn't need food or water, and it doesn't move or grow. And then finally, we have this teddy bear, and this teddy bear also doesn't move or grow, it doesn't need air, and it doesn't make more teddy bears, it can't reproduce. So, let's see what we think about the following pictures. Are they non living? And here's our focus word for today, non living. We're looking for non living things. So here it says, is a tree a non living thing? Is a tree non living? Well, if we look at non living things, it says they don't move, they don't grow, they don't breathe, they don't reproduce, and they don't eat or drink. Does this tree do any of those things? Yes, a tree moves, a tree grows, a tree needs air or oxygen. A tree also makes more trees, they can reproduce, and a tree does drink water. So this tree is living. Therefore, it is not non living. It's not non living. It is a living tree. Now let's look at this desk. Does this desk move? No, a desk kind of just stands, it's just still. Unless you move it, it does not move by itself. Does this desk grow? Can a desk get bigger? No, a desk doesn't grow. Does a desk need air? Does it breathe? No, a desk doesn't breathe. Does a desk reproduce or make more desk? No, a desk doesn't reproduce or make more. And does a desk eat or drink? No, it doesn't. So therefore, this desk is a non-living thing. A desk is a non-living thing. Ding, ding, ding. Good job, friends. Now let's look at this well. Is this well non-living? Well, we know that non-living things, they don't move. Does a well move? Yes, a well does move. Does a well grow? Yes, a well does grow. Does a well breathe? Yes, a well does breathe. And it does need oxygen as well. Does a well reproduce? Yes, a well can have other baby wells. And does this well eat or drink? I'm pretty sure it does, yes. So therefore, this well is not Non living. It's not non living. This well is a living thing. Okay? And now let's look at this bike. Does this bike move? Yeah, if you get on it, the bike moves, but does it move by itself? No. Does a bike grow? Can a bike grow and get bigger? No. Does a bike need air? No. Does a bike make baby bikes? No. And does a bike need food or something to drink? No. So therefore, this bike is non living. It is a non living thing. Ding, ding, ding. Good job. This bike is a non living thing. All right, my friends, now it's your turn. I'm going to give you a few minutes to find these packets, these papers in your science packet. So we're looking for about non living things in your science packet, and then we're also looking for living or non living. And these two sheets are in your science packet. Are you ready to go? All right, we're going to do this together. And here we go. Hello, my kindergarten friends. So today we're going to look at non-living things, and we're going to be working on this worksheet that says about non-living things. So here in our worksheet, we see a water can to water the plants. And so we're going to answer these quick questions to see if this is a non living thing. Because remember, non living things don't move, they do not die, they cannot reproduce, and they do not grow. So let's look at these questions. This watering can it move by itself? No. So we're going to put no. And then it says, can I die? Does a watering can technically die? No. So we're going to write no. Does it can it reproduce? Can it make more of itself? No. And then does it grow? Does a watering can grow? No. So if we put no to all of these, that means a watering can is a non-living thing. So this is a non-living thing. It's not living because you have to be able to do these things, you have to be living. Okay, so now let's look at this monster truck. Can the monster truck move by itself? No, that's right. It cannot move by itself. So we put no. Can a monster truck die? No, a monster truck does not die. Can a monster truck reproduce or make more of itself? No, so we're going to put no here as well. And then does a monster truck grow? No, a monster truck cannot grow. So if we put no to all of these for the monster truck, does that mean the monster truck is a non living thing? Yes, the monster truck is a non living thing as well. Now let's look at the last one right here. What are these? Scissors. Good job. So can the scissors move by themselves? Nope, the scissors can't move by themselves. Can the scissors die? No, the scissors don't technically die. Can the scissors reproduce? Can it make more scissors? No, the scissors cannot reproduce or make more of themselves. And then can the scissors grow? Do scissors grow, friends? No, they don't. So we're going to put no. So again, we said no to all of these things. And so as we see, these are non living things. They're non living things. That means they're not alive. So it says, how are non living things different than living things? How are they different? Well, they cannot, we can say they do not grow, right? Because they do not grow. How else are they different? Can they move by themselves? No. So we can say they do not move. Or you could say they do not die, or they do not reproduce. So these are other things that you can say as well. But these are the two reasons why Ms. Martinez put that they for non-living things. So that is all for this sheet. Thanks, friends. All right, so now in science, we're going to do this sheet and it says living or non living things. Remember, living or non living things, that's what we're working with this week. And it says color the picture and or circle the picture that does not belong to each group. So we want to color and circle the picture that does not belong to each group. So now let's look at this group. If we look at the first line, we have a glass, a duck, a cup, a newspaper, and a box. So we see all these things. Which one is different? Which one is different? Is this alive? No. A glass, a broken glass is not alive. Is the duck alive? Yes. So the duck is alive. Is the cup alive? No. So I'm going to put an X just to kind of remind myself. So not alive, not alive. Is the newspaper alive? No. So we're going to put an X here. Is the box alive? Nope, the box is not alive either. So which one is different? The duck. Good job. So we're going to color our duck. And then we're also going to circle our duck because our duck is the only living thing from that row. Remember, a duck can grow, move, reproduce, which means make more of itself. And so that's why we're going to put the duck there. Now let's look at the second row. We have a bird, a tree, an alligator, a helicopter, and a stingray. So, which one does not belong in this group? Which one does not belong? That is right, the helicopter. So we're going to circle our helicopter. And why do you think our helicopter does not belong? Well, let's see. Is a bird alive? Yes. Is a tree alive? Yes. Is an alligator alive? Yes. Does it breathe, move, grow, reproduce? Yes. And then is a stingray alive? Yes. So that means our helicopter is the only one that does not belong in our group. See? All right, let's go to the next one. We have a can, a little coffee pot, a bike, a boat, and a grasshopper. Which one does not belong? Which one does not belong? Let's see if you're right. Is a can alive? Does it breathe, grow, reproduce? No, so we're going to put an X. Is this little teapot alive? No, so we're going to put an X. Remember, it doesn't grow or reproduce or move. What about a bike? No, a bike is not alive. It doesn't make more of itself. It doesn't grow. Is a boat alive? No, a boat does is not alive. Remember, it doesn't grow, reproduce, make more of itself. And what about a grasshopper? Yes, a grasshopper is alive because it does grow, reproduce, it moves. And so we're going to put here, we're going to color our grasshopper and then we're going to circle him because he's the one that does not belong. Now let's look at our last row. Let's see if you can guess which one it is in our last row. We have a seahorse, a worm, a jar, a fish, and a flower. Which one does not belong? Let's see if you're right. Are you ready? Okay. Is a seahorse alive? Yes, it breathes, it reproduces, it eats. That's right, it is alive. What about a worm? Is a worm alive? Yes, a worm eats, reproduces, it needs air, so it is alive. What about a jar? That is right. A jar is not alive because it doesn't need food, it doesn't breathe, it doesn't move or grow. And what about a fish? Yes, a fish does need necessarily, it doesn't necessarily breathe technically, but it does need water, it does need food, it does grow, and it moves. And what about the flower? Exactly, the flower also needs water, it breathes, it needs food, and it does grow. So which one doesn't belong? That's right, the jar. So we're going to color in our jar and then we're going to circle it. And that is it for our activity. I hope you liked this video and it helped you. Thank you, friends.